1 championship in power, 8 fights on the entire fight card. The Panda Zhang and Michelle Nicoloni for the women's flyweight belt. 5 straight rounds in that main event. We got Denise Tambawanga and Zihi Ham in the women's strawweight division. Alyona Raciona versus Stan Fairtax 2. The last time, man, it was absolutely insane. A guillotine with 12 seconds left. So they're finally doing that rematch. We got Bowman and Ritsu Fulgas. Really good fight right there. It's Suka Harada and Elise Anderson. A couple of kickboxing and Muay Thai fights. And then we got Mei Yamaguchi and Julie Mezabarba. And we really don't know. Generally, Nosim or Grace Cleveland, I really don't know which fight's going to happen. But overall, all the fights on this fight card for 1 championship in power are going to be very solid fight cards. So, let's go down to the first fight on the fight card, which I do think is going to be Generally Nosim and Grace Cleveland. This is going to be a really good fight right here. It is going to be, once this thing sort of loads, it's going to take a while, but it's going to be a really good fight in the women's strawweight division. Generally Nosim and Grace Cleveland in the women's strawweight division. Now, we don't really know for sure if it's going to be Generally Nosim or if it's going to be B. Yugen facing Grace Cleveland, but personally, I do have Generally Nosim beating B. Yugen, so I'm going to make my prediction for if Generally Nosim and Grace Cleveland do fight, who I think would win. Obviously, I do think Generally Nosim is going to have the better striking. She's a lot faster. She's got a lot more power. She has pretty decent takedown defense, but the main way she has lost had been by rear naked choke submission and by an armbar submission right there, where Grace Cleveland is a really good grappler and a really good wrestler. She likes to put on that pressure on the feet and just get the double leg or body lock takedown. First on armbar submission win, second on knee bar submission win, and a bunch of other decision wins right there. But the one thing I am also looking at, one win and 3 losses, 4-7, 0-1, 1-1, 2-5 right there. Not necessarily the best competition. That's why I do think this one's going to be a 50-50 fight. Grace Cleveland has much better wrestling, much better grappling. I expect this fight to definitely go all the way. I don't think Grace is going to get that submission. I don't think Jeneline is going to get the knockout or anything like that. So I expect it to be probably a 29-28. Jeneline is going to have a really big volume, pressure, speed, power advantage on the feet. But on the ground, Grace has much better wrestling, much better control, really good ground and pound, and really good grappling as well. So it's a very 50-50 fight right here. But I am slightly going to go Grace Cleveland. I do think she'll be able to... if Generally Nosim's on the front foot, I think Grace Cleveland is going to be able to time that takedown as she's putting a little bit of pressure on and go down for that takedown. And if Generally Nosim is on the back foot, she's going to put on that pressure and then land the takedown. So either way, I do think eventually Grace will get the fight down, use the wrestling and use the grappling to win the fight by a decision. But it is a really good fight in the women's strawweight division right there. Mei Yamaguchi and Julie Mezabarba in the women's strawweight division. Now, Mei Yamaguchi and Julie Mezabarba, I think they both have a lot of different goals to win this fight. Julie Mezabarba on the feet is a very powerful puncher and a much younger puncher as well. A taller puncher, a more powerful puncher, the faster puncher. Everything in the striking, Julie Mezabarba will have the advantage, and the age, of course. She's going to be 10 years younger. First round knockout win. She's got a lot of power in her hand, but in this fight, keep the fight at range. If Mei Yamaguchi comes in, just keep on landing her combinations and just throw the power looking for the knockout. If Mei's on the back foot, okay, you're just going to need to have a really good takedown defense, so Mei doesn't time to go down for the takedown. But this one, I do think is one of the closer fights in the fight card. Yeah, 52% going Mezabarba and 48% going Yamaguchi. But yeah, it's a very close one because Mei Yamaguchi has a very solid single leg takedown. She has a really good Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and her striking is pretty solid as well. She puts on a little bit of volume as well. I mean, her striking isn't bad, but compared to Julie Mezabarba, I do think she will have a disadvantage. But she's going to have a good advantage on the ground, though. She's got a first on armbar submission win on Laura Balin, third on armbar on Ksenia Lakshova right there, and then a lot of other submission wins. If you look way down here, 9 submissions, 10 decisions, and 2 knockouts. It's going to be a very close one, but I do think either way the fight goes, it's probably going to be a 29-28. I think Mei Yamaguchi is going to find a way to time 2, maybe 3 takedowns, and Julie's going to find a way to land her volume, land that pressure in the striking. So it's definitely a 50-50. It can definitely go either way. way. It's going to come down to Julie Meza-Barba's takedown defense on just a couple of those attempts and just how much volume she's putting out on the feet. So it's a very, very close one. I'd probably flip a coin and have a better chance of predicting this fight, but it's a very, very close one. I'm gonna go Mei Yamaguchi. I've been watching her for quite a while. She's 38 years old, but she still has a much better wrestling, much better grappling. I think she's gonna time a single leg takedown as Julie Meza-Barba is coming in, and I think she'll control the fight for at least 2 of the rounds and win the fight by a 29-28 decision. Really good fight in the women's strawweight division right there. It's Suki Harada and Elise Anderson in the women's strawweight division, the tournament quarterfinals right there. Now, Elise Anderson, I kind of feel bad. I don't know why she would move over from Invicta. It was a lot easier over there in Invicta. To go over here, I mean, she was fighting girls that are 3-3, 3-4, 1-2, 1-6, and 2-2. She wasn't necessarily fighting the best competition, and now she's gonna fight Itsuki Harada with 4 wins and 0 losses, who has devastating wrestling, really, really good grappling, and just amazing, amazing ground and pound. So I personally think this is probably gonna be a domination. Now, Elise Anderson's a lot taller, a lot lengthier on the feet. She does fight out of extreme couture, so does have some pretty solid takedown defense, but the judo, the wrestling, the grappling, the ground and pound, I can go on and on and on about Itsuki Harada, but if you look at those 4 wins, and she's only 22 years old, which makes it even more crazy. Second round, ground upon TKO. Third round, ground upon TKO, and 2 submission wins. Even some exhibitions, all by first or second round submission. So it's a very, very good fight right here. I think Elise Anderson should have stayed over there in Invicta. I think Itsuki Harada is gonna close that distance with some pressure on the feet, land the takedown, either in the clinch with the body lock takedown or with the double leg at range. But I think she'll get the fight down and either get the ground upon TKO or get the submission win in the first or second round. I don't know why Elise Anderson is going over to one championship. This is a fight she does not want to have. So Itsuki Harada, I do think will win the fight by finish, either by submission or by ground upon TKO in the first or second round right there. Bowman and Ritsu Fulgas in the women's strawweight division, the tournament quarterfinals right there. Now, Bowman, really, really powerful striking. She's only 25 years old, 3 inches taller than Ritsu Fulgas, and I'm not too sure how much lengthier she is than Ritsu Fulgas, but the main thing you need to know, she's a way better striker than Ritsu, has more power, has more speed, the height, she has the reach, she has the cardio as well. Ritsu Fulgas' gas tank isn't necessarily the best. A lot of people are saying Bowman is going to get the knockout. I think it is very, very likely she does. With the gassing of Ritsu Fulgas, she could honestly just gas out and then end up getting TKO'd or something like that, but coming off of a couple of knockout wins, first on ground upon TKO, first knockout win, first round knockout win on Laura Balin, and then a first round knockout win on Priscilla Gawola right there. Very, very good right hand. She moves forward, jab, leg kick, body kick, and then comes forward with a big right hand. But on the feet, the volume, the pressure, the speed, the power, I can go on and on and on about the striking. She's going to have the advantage. But in the wrestling and grappling, of course, Ritsu Fulgas is going to have very, very good wrestling and grappling. That's why I'll give her the first round. Always in the first round, she does do very, very good of getting her opponent down. And, of course, ground and pounding like she got all of her finishes so far inside of one championship. But for this fight, I think she's going to gas out of after the first round. The second and third round, Bowman is just a much, much better striker. And at that point, where Ritsu Fulgas a little bit gas, and the fact that Bowman's takedown defense is going to be very, very solid with most of her losses being decision losses. I mean, she does have one submission loss right there, but most of her losses are decision losses or on the feet. I don't think she's going to get out-wrestled for 3 straight rounds or get submitted or ground upon TKO'd. I think she loses the first round, and then the cardio of Ritsu Fulgas kicks in, and Bowman comes back in the second and third round with her powerful speed and fast striking right there. So I think the fight stays on the feet in the second and third. Bowman just comes forward, puts on the pressure, puts on that volume, keeps on landing the jab to right hand, the leg kicks, and the body kicks. And overall, I'm going to go Bowman by a 29-28 unanimous decision. Really good fight in the women's strawweight division. Raciona and Stan Fairtex 2. This is the rematch. The last time they fought was the only time Stamp Fairtex has ever gotten a loss. That was by guillotine in literally 12 seconds left of that final round right there. Crazy, crazy loss by Alyona Raciona is known to be the guillotine queen, or more known as the armbar queen. Every single win is by armbar submission or by guillotine choke submission, with 2 decision wins right there. But of course, she needs to get the fight down and look for that submission. But the last fight, Stamp Fairtex was gonna win the fight. She had much better striking, stunned Alyona Raciona with a lot of big right hands, body kicks, leg kicks, knees in the clinch. Pretty much everything about Stamp Fairtex. I mean, her Muay Thai is amazing. I mean, her Muay Thai, her striking is just absolutely really good. The grappling and wrestling, of course, Alyona has the submission and grappling advantage, but Stamp is much stronger than Alyona, and if she wanted to the last fight, she honestly could have just gotten up and just went back to the feet, because every time Alyona gets a takedown on Stamp, she literally just pushes up and gets right back on top and makes a reversal, or just gets right back up on the feet. So I don't see Alyona Raciona actually controlling Stamp. The only way she's gonna get that submission is if Stamp reverses and just stays there. That's what happened last time. That's how she got caught in the rear, or got caught in the guillotine. That's how she always gets her armbar submissions. But for this fight, I think Stamp learned her lesson, and will, if she does get taken down, just get right back up and just not even do anything more with the grappling. Last time, once she did reverse position, she stayed on top and just gratified it a bit. She's not going to do that this fight. I think the fight stays on the feet. She'll defend the takedown or reverse and get back up on the feet. Her striking, her Muay Thai, way better than Alyona Raciona right there. So, I'm going to go knockout. I'm going to go Stamp Fairtex to win in the fight by a second or third round knockout. It's just don't make the same mistakes you made last time, and you're gonna win the fight. So Stamp Fairtex by a knockout in the second or third round right there. Denise Zamboanga and Sihi Ham in the women's strawweight division, the tournament quarterfinals right there. Sorry about that, but 8 wins and 0 losses. 24.5 years old and 34.5 years old. Same height, and I'm guessing the same reach, but I'm not too sure for Denise Zamboanga. But for this fight, Denise pressure in the striking game, and then look for the takedown. She's got much better wrestling, much better grappling, in my opinion, than Sihi Ham. She's a little bit stronger as well. The power and the speed advantage on the feet definitely go Sihi Ham. 23 wins and 8 losses, coming on an amazing 6-fight win streak, one of which against Jin Yu Frey, who's inside of the UFC. She won the fight by a first round knockout with an amazing overhand right, but her power, her speed, her volume, her pretty much everything on the feet, Sihi Ham will have the advantage. Even the body kicks and leg kicks at range, I do think she'll have the advantage. But Denise, her main way winning, pressure, clinch up and get that double leg takedown. She's not really a wrestler or grappler, but in this fight with a powerful, very fast striker like Sihi Ham, I do think she's gonna lose the fight on the feet. So a grappling and wrestling game would be the best way I do see her winning. But overall, I think Sihi Ham's takedown defense is really solid. So I do see the fight staying on the feet. Denise coming forward with the pressure and with the volume, and Sihi Ham jabbing, move out on the outside, and landing the right hand as Denise is closing that distance. So I think if Denise is on the front foot, she's gonna get caught with the jab, get caught with the overhand right. If she's on the back foot, Sihi Ham is gonna attack that lead leg, attack the body with body kicks, and just keep on landing the jab either way. So on the feet, I think Sihi Ham will win the fight by a 30-27 decision, but I can see a takedown every now and then that could maybe side the judges to her favor in one of those rounds. But either way, I do think eventually Sihi Ham will be able to keep the fight on the feet for the most part. She's much more powerful, throws much more volume, doesn't necessarily have good enough pressure, but if she can stay on the back foot, keep on jabbing, and landing the overhand right, I do think Sihi Ham will win the fight. I don't think a knockout. Denise Zamboanga has never been stunned or anything like that, and Sihi Ham does have really good power, but I do think Sihi Ham is going to keep the fight on the feet, counter Denise Zamboanga with her jab, overhand right, leg kicks, body kicks, and everything like that. And overall, I'm going to go with the veteran 34.5-year-old to win the fight by 30-27. 30-27, I'll go one judge giving it 29-28, but a very close fight in the women's strawweight division. But I got Sihi Ham by a decision right there. Zhang and Michelle Nicolini in the women's flyweight division, a 5-round main event for one championship in power. It is going to be a very good fight. Zhang, the Panda, so much power. 15 wins and 2 losses. The younger fighter, I believe she's the lengthier fighter, the way more powerful fighter. And out of her wins right there, I believe she has 12 or 13 naka wins. Sorry, she has 10 naka wins, 1 submission win, and 4 decision wins right there. But she's got power. I mean, a body kick naka win on Angela Lee right there. 3rd round naka win, 4th round naka win, 1st round, and then a buttload of other naka wins. So she's got the power. She has the speed. I mean, sometimes she just comes forward, left hook, right hook, over and over and over again. That's just what she does. I mean, she has so much power for this women's flyweight division. I mean, if she joined the UFC, I honestly think she could be like a top 10, top 5 fighter in the UFC just based on that power alone. Just coming forward, putting on that pressure. So, in this fight with Michelle Nicolini, 6 wins and 2 losses. She needs a takedown. She needs the takedown. IBJJF Jiu-Jitsu Championships in 2006, 2007, 2009, 2010. We can go on and on and on, but she has very good grappling. 5 submission wins, 1 decision win. Really good double leg takedown, and of course, wrestling and grappling is the main way she will win. But Jinglian Yang, Jingnan Zhang is a much faster striker, way more powerful, has really solid takedown defense. And I'm sorry, Michelle is also 39 and a half years old as well, so I see this fight staying on the feet. Jingnan Zhang is just, she's an absolute beast. The Panda, I think, will defend her belt yet again and win the fight by a knockout in the 2nd or 3rd round. I mean, she got so much power. But yeah, Jingnan Zhang winning the fight by knockout in the 2nd or 3rd round. Amazing fight for the women's flyweight belt. But yeah, guys, that is my full card prediction for One Inch Championship in Power. 8 fights on the entire fight card. I got the Panda, Jingnan Zhang, winning her fight by a knockout. Sihi Han winning by decision. Stan Fairtanks winning by knockout. Bowman winning her fight right there. It's Suka Harada winning her fight. Mei Yamaguchi winning her fight. And Grace Cleveland, if she does fight Jeneline Osim, I got Grace Cleveland winning. If she end up fighting being Yugen, I have her winning that fight as well. But either way, it's going to be a really solid fight card. I mean, Mei Yamaguchi, Grace Cleveland, Jeneline Osim, Bowman, Ritu Foga, Itsuki Harada, Elise Anderson, Aliana Raciona, Stan Fairtanks, Denise Zamboanga, Sihi Ham, Michelle Nicolini, and the Panda. I mean, it's going to be an absolutely amazing fight card. But if you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and everything like that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Let's go.